everyone, welcome back to the weird. I don't know why I'm laughing. Okay, compose yourself, Seth. Welcome back to the Weird and Wonderful Introvert. How are you all doing today? Woo! Okay. Today we're going to be talking about mental health. And stuff. I went on to Pinterest and I did a ton of research. So we could compare the differences between a lot of mental health disorders. So today we're going to talk mainly about anxiety and the difference between panic attacks and anxiety attacks and all of that jazz, and stuff. So, yeah. Hold on. So we will be looking at that today. I do have one of my favorite songs that I made playing in the background. And if you guys guessed it correctly, that is the Mental or the Monster. It is by far probably one of my favorite songs is Monster. For sure. It's more than likely my favorite one right now. So, I will listen to it every day. Okay, so let's talk about it. So anxiety makes us question everything and stuff, because that's the sad part of anxiety. But there's a lot of times things that go off in our brain. So how can we recognize that how can we recognize in society that someone with anxiety is questioning something? So here are the things that you recognize. The very first thing is a change in tone of voice. Their voice will go really slow down. It will go slow down. And oftentimes you can also see disturbing thoughts pop up in their mind too, like in their facial expressions. You can see if they're having a disturbing thought. And also we might have said something strange, and you can also tell by the facial expressions. And a lot of the times, you can see them sort of zone out. And that's the biggest thing, too. And you can tell by their health, relationships, sanity. And a lot of the times, you question if the doctor is wrong. You often question yourself, and you feel like you are being judged. You might unfold. And you might question yourself, am I even worth being loved? Am I? Am I? And they tend to get overstimulated in busy environments, and they might also need to take a break and just go back. And they might even be fussy and not really want to socialize. And that's just the anxiety speaking. A lot of the times they will need reassurance because they feel like that they are wrong with everything. And they might delay replying to any messages in fear of being rejected. Or they might even read into things way too much and they're overthinking it. And having a random outburst or canceling plans last minute, create a false time constraint. Because it's your anxiety speaking, right? Oopsie. Sorry, guys. And stuff. And that's the sad part of anxiety, is that it does really make us overthink a lot of things that we don't want to. But what is the key difference between panic attack and anxiety attack? Because a lot of people are like, oh, a panic attack is the same as an anxiety attack. No. And there are two key differences. There is a thing called anxiety attacks, and there's a difference between panic attacks. And we don't see that. So when someone is needing a break, it's typically, and sometimes anxiety attacks can be a response to trauma, it's different. So anxiety attacks, it has a specific trigger. And sometimes that can be trauma related as well. And it builds as intensity grows and grows. And it can either be very mild, and it can work its way up to being moderate, to even being severe. It's a focused stressor too. As in panic attacks, they occur unexpectedly, out of nowhere, and we don't know where they occur out of. And it can be very destructive as well, and more intense physical symptoms, and your body immediately goes to flight or fight response. You can have a mixture of both of them, for sure you can. And stuff. But there are a lot of things that we don't even know that are part of our anxiety, such as criticizing everything we do, thinking everyone in the room hates you, constantly worrying about people are thinking of me. And I can tell you that everything that people hating me and constantly worrying about what people are thinking of me and criticizing everything I do, I used to think a lot in that mindset. And thanks to doing YouTube and healing and having that time to heal, I have felt so much better about myself. You have a fear of thinking I have to be perfect or I'll be judged. Not speaking in social situations as I don't want to be looking stupid. Being too nice to people so they don't think that you're rude. Now again, you can heal from this. You can heal from this, guys. I know you guys can. You can heal from this. And it is normal and stuff, but a lot of the times it's referred not to social anxiety, but anxiety in general. And stuff. And we really need to start recognizing that there is more to anxiety than just, oh, each other's anxiety, she's going to be shaking all the time. There is more to that. Mental. You can see more mental tools and more physical tools with a person with anxiety. A lot of the times with the mental aspect of it, you're forgetting words when you're speaking to someone. You're having difficulty making or sticking with decisions. A lot of the times people will feel like they're guilt tripping you, and you feel like you have to say yes or you'll be hurt. You demand a super high standard from yourself. Constantly seek reassurance. You act in a way that pleases others in fear of judgment. But physical, you're always drained. You've forgotten to swallow. You have a very sensitive stomach. Dizzy. Sudden deep breaths. And that's the thing. A lot of the times people just think with anxiety, oh, you have anxiety? Oh, I'm so sorry. Your child is just going to be shaking a lot and it's going to need help on tests and stuff. And I'm not saying that is not wrong. That can be true, but there are so many other physical and mental signs that we overlook with anxiety and depression. And how there's different panic attacks and anxiety attacks. And we often overlook it, and we definitely need to educate ourselves on that way more. And stuff. But also, don't take this the wrong way. It can also be anxiety and trauma together. It can be just anxiety, or it can just be trauma. So, I know that today's video is a little bit shorter than usual, but I still wanted to make a mental health video. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Bye, my lovely weirdos. Stay tuned for Monday Mental Health. And maybe I'll make a longer video, like 30 minutes.
Bye.